Okay, we're going to look at some situations where we're considering having different size families and how many girls they can have, or consequently, how many boys they can have. So let's first of all start out with this situation. In how many ways can parents have exactly three girls in a family of five children? There's several ways you could go about working this one out. But one of the ways is to actually just list out all the different options, as in a girl, 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 and then a boy and a boy. And continue to do all those different possible arrangements of those letters until you find all the different options that are available. Well, if you do that, you get all these options right here, of which you get a total of 10 options. So at this point, you should be able to go ahead and figure out exactly how many ways you can get two girls from a family of five children. So feel free to go ahead and do that by pausing the video if you want to here. Now, if we do that for two girls, we also get 10 options, which hopefully it should make sense for you because when we were looking at the three girls, that meant we had two boys and three girls. Well, when you have two girls, you have two girls and three boys. So it's really the exact same setup, except compared to back here, where you have a B, B, G, 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 you switch your two B's with G's and your three G's with B's, and that's how you end up getting the ones for two girls. So what about having one child that's a girl? Well, we end up having five options here. So let's go ahead and try to expand this a little bit. So in here we have all the options for a family of five. Here, if you want five girls, there's really only one way to do that, with everybody being girls. If you want four girls, there's five ways to do that, with these being your options here. The three girls and the two girls, we talked about that, along with the one girl. And then you also have a situation where you don't have any girls, and that's a total of 32 options for a family of five of how the family could be made up of with boys and girls. So when you think of just having one child, you could have one girl, which is one option. You could have zero girls, which means you have a boy, and that's one option. So you have a total of two options. If we go ahead and consider another situation where we have two children, we have all of our options here. We have our two girls, which means a girl, girl, and you have one options. Op sorry, one option, not options. Then you have one girl, which means you could have a boy and a girl, or girl and a boy, which is two options, or you could have zero girls right here, which is a total of four options. So how we're dealing with family sizes and options is really mathematical. When we look here, we have the situation for three girls. Or not three girls, sorry about that, a family of three. Three girls, two girls in this row, one girl for this row, or zero girls for this row. And then our options for a family of four. Now, it can easily be done by going ahead and listing out all these options here for three girls in a family of four, and then counting up how many they are to get four of them. Or similarly, for how many options there are for two girls in a family of four, and you get a total of six. And you could list out all those each and every time. Now, if you actually wanted to go to the extreme and say, well, how many ways can you have zero girls in a family of zero children? Well, there's only one way to do that, and that's not to have any kids. So, have we seen any of these numbers before? I would say yes. When we look at that, when we look at all the total options, here we had a family of 0 children. There was one way to do that. A family of 1 child, where you could have 1 girl or 0 girls, and there was 2 ways to do that. A family of 2, where you could have one way to get 2 girls, one way to get 1 girl, one way or 2 ways to get 1 girl, and one way to get 0 girls. And that was a total of 4 options. As we look farther down here, when we go back to what it is we started out with, there was one way to get 5 girls in a family of 5. Here, there was 5 ways to get, sorry about that. I said one way to get 5 girls in a family of 5. So here, this would be 5 ways to get 4 girls in a family of 5. And then 3 girls in a family of 5 for this one, and 2 girls, and so on. And so this is Pascal's triangle. Pascal's triangle shows up a lot in mathematics. And this is just one of the situations. Now, there's a shorter way we could have figured this all out. Instead of listing out each and every one, we could have looked at combinations. When we go back to 2 girls in a family of 5. Now, we're really having 5 kids, and we're looking at how many ways can we select 2 of them to be girls. So that's looking for groups of 2. When you're looking for how many groups of 2 out of a group of 5 you can form, that's a combination. And so then we would get a total of 10. Similarly, for how many ways could you get exactly 1 girl, that's also a combination when you are looking at this situation here. So Pascal's triangle really shows all the different combinations. So when we go farther down here and look at this first blue one here is in the row of 5, and it's the first number here. So it's 5 kids and getting no girls, which is 5 combination 0. The red 6 here is in the fourth row, and that's 0, 1, 2. So that's having 4 kids and trying to get 2 girls. The green 5 here is in the fifth row, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 5 kids and getting 4 girls. Now, another thing you might be noticing is your row sums in Pascal's triangle. When you look at the row sums over here, our first row sum was 1, then it was 2, then it was 4, then it was 8, and they're all powers of 2. Your row sum is whichever row you're in. So like in this case here, the fifth row, your row sum in would be 2 to the 5th power.